Hey, good day to everyone. Good day, and thank you for joining us today. This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use Audacity for beginning podcasters. Very quick, very simple to get you started, up and running, and start posting your podcast. So, Audacity is a great platform to use if you're just starting out as your podcasting journey. Very simple, very user friendly. So we're just going to walk through some quick startups to get you going. And then as you start to use it, you'll learn more and more features. But this is just something to get you started and going in your podcast journey. So we're not wasting no time getting you moving right away. So first thing you have to do is go to your Google search and you want to go ahead and type in Audacity. Website for Audacity will come up. You'll know it's the right website because it always has the little headphones with the wave lines going in between them. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. It brings it to their page. And you'll do it like you do any other downloading software. Hit the download button, follow the prompts, and just click through until you get it downloaded. Sometimes you have to restart the computer to activate it. Whatever you have to do in your world, do it to get it on there. And bam, there you are. Audacity is on your computer. Then go ahead and pin it to your taskbar down at the bottom. So you have the little headphones with the wavy lines going through. So I already have it on my computer, and we're not going to waste no time. Bam, there you go. This is what will pop up once it's downloaded on your computer. Now, this window always comes up letting you know if there's any new features, anything new on Audacity. You can watch it, research to see if it's something that you are interested in. It has tutorials. You can view tutorials. It's very user friendly, like I said. Very has a lot of features on the free side, and then if you are in the music world as far as recording, editing tracks and all the other stuff, it does all that as well. And it's a great thing. So you got a great thing here to use to get your podcast career going. But we're not going to look at that right now. You look at that when you have time. So as you're using this, it's almost like any other platform you use. Your taskbars are up here as far as what you're going to use. Your file editing are two of the ones you're going to be using. Also, you're going to be using effects. It has a help button if you need help. You can click the help button. It has a manual and all that if you get stuck or anything. Now, one thing you want to check your audio setups. And what I mean by that, if you're using a microphone, click this, go down to recording device, make sure that your microphone or whatever you're talking into is highlighted with the little dot next to it. If you're doing it off your webcam camera, like I do, I have a webcam camera, but I'm not using that microphone. So, but if you are, which you can on this, you can record off your webcam microphone. Just make sure it's highlighted. Now, if you come down to recording devices and you do not see your microphone or whatever you're utilizing in this window, you need to come over here and go down to scan audio or rescan audio devices. Click that. It's going to scan your computer to pick up whatever's plugged in to that you're using for recording. Then if you hit back on it again, go to recording. It should now be in this window. And then you just highlight it. Bam, there you go. You are ready to use your recording device, whatever that may be. Now, um, we're going to go through a few features that you'll be using. Of course, you have your mic volumes and you have your sound coming over the speakers. Make sure that they're all preset. You can set them manually, but they're already preset to where the sound is adjusted. And so you don't have to worry about that unless you're trying to do specific things. So now we are ready to record. Of course, you have your pause, play, stop, fast track forward, fast track to the rear, and then your recording button. Very simple. You just hit the record button and start recording. So let's see. Let's get started. Good day to everybody. This is a test recording for podcast beginners. We hope that they get something out of this and they can utilize this to start their podcast career. I left this spot on purpose because I have something I need to show you. Have a great day and thank you for joining us for starting your podcast on Audacity. And that's how you would start your recordings. Very simple. Hit the record button and start talking what you want to talk about. So, always make sure as you start doing stuff, hit the fast track forward to bring it back to the beginning. Because if not, sometimes you'll be doing stuff and it'll throw you off. And so just make sure you're always back at the beginning. Now, one of the features that I utilize that I want to show you, if you click down in the track recording that you just made, and if you do Control Alt A to select all, now sometimes you record and you have like maybe something happened, you have a long gap, there's pauses in between the tracks while you're talking, or maybe you got distracted and you just want to take some of that out. So you can do it manually, which will take forever, or they have a feature on here. And if you go to effects, click effects, you want to come down to where it says special. Then you want to come across from a special. You got invert, repeat, reverse, and then you have transient silence. That's what you want to use, transient silence. I hope I said that word right. Then this window will pop up. And what this is going to do is going to go through and whatever you have it set for, it comes factory set it, but then you can set it for however you want, duration, how the duration of time between gaps and the threshold of the sound. If you're a soft talker, you might want to adjust that. If not, you want to adjust it to whatever you got going on. So you can, like I said, it comes already set, or you can set, I have it set for my podcast, what I do. So anyway, once you've done that, just hit apply. And it's going to go through and take away all those gaps. If you notice that big gap that was here in the middle, it is gone. So then we want to make sure we're back at the front. Then if you play it, good day to everybody. This is a test recording for podcast beginners. We hope that they get something out of this and they can utilize this to start their podcast career. I left this spot on purpose because I have something I need to show you. Have a great day and thank you for joining us for starting your podcast on Audacity. Now, you saw how it took that gap out and made everything blend in perfectly. And so you want your podcast to be authentic. You wanted to have a conversation with your audience. Some people can go in and edit it and want it to be all whatever. But if you're doing a podcast, you want to be authentic. You want to come over as what's the word I'm looking for? You want to come over authentic. There you go. You want to be authentic. But sometimes again, you're doing a podcast and you might have uh forgot something. You might have anyway, you have gaps and you want to take those gaps out. That's what that transient silence will do. It would take the gaps out and kind of make your podcast flow from one point to another. Now, another thing that you might do, because for some reason, sometimes it does not take the gap out in the front. So sometimes I go ahead, this is me now, this ain't nothing you have to do. I delete and take the gap out of the front. And then sometimes for the back, I do the same thing just to take that off. And I'll show you why here in just a second. All right. Now, you edit your recording and you want it. It is ready. Your podcast is ready. It's ready. It's ready to be downloaded. But you might want to add some intro and outro music. You can do that on this platform. Now, this is how I do it. If there's another way, better way that you come across as you do this, that's fine. But to get started, you want to put some intro, outro music on your podcast. Now, just the key thing about the intro, outro music, make sure you're not using nobody else's music. They do have platforms where you can go and buy music, pay for it. It's your music, and you can use it for your platform. But if you start using people's music like Jay-Z and all these other people, you will get flagged for copyright and they will come after you. And you don't want your podcast interrupted because you're using copyrighted material, especially if you posted it on YouTube, because YouTube will flag it if it's any copyright issues when they go through it and you try to post it on YouTube. If there's anything on there, they will flag it and they will contact you. And if you're using stuff and it does get on and somebody else get, they're gonna send out a copyright injunction on you. So you don't want all that. So just buy the music, pay for it. It's your music, and you can use it and you don't have to worry about it. So we're going to download some music here that I have. So to download, you want to come to import. And now this would be for anything. If it's like we recorded on Audacity, but say you did a recording somewhere else and you imported it from whatever. This is how you import your recordings. So you will come to import, and this is for anything that you want to bring over to Audacity to edit and further use it for your podcast. Now, only thing that'll come over is either WAV or MP3. If it's in an MP4 file, you're going to have to convert it to an MP3 or WAV file in order to get over to Audacity. It will not take, and it'll tell you that they're not able to import your music. So anyway, we're importing. We're going to import audio. The little box will pop up. Now, here's my file, my folder for podcast intro and outro music. Like I said, there are sites you can go and purchase, intro and outro music, and it's your music, and you can use it for whatever you need to use it for. So, select this one here, open, and it's going to download. This is a long track. So, I don't need all this. I just need a little bit of the front. So, we're going to little bit there. You go up to editing, come down to audio clips, split. Bam, it splits it for you. Same with, I just need a little bit of the back. So now, if you notice, every time I come to the end of a track, that yellow line, that's the end of that track. So you know you can start from there. And I only need a little bit of this. Again, go to edit, go down to audio clips, and split. All right, split on. Highlight this middle part because I don't need it. And delete. And as you go through your podcast journey, you'll start saving files and you'll have stuff and you'll already have stuff already pre-done to where you don't have to go through all this. Like I have some stuff already done and I don't have to do all this every time. So, all right. So now you have your intro music and your outro music. Now you want to make your intro music fade out. So you want to highlight that track. Now we want to come up to effects. And then once you have effects, you want to come down to fading because we're fading in and fading out. Now we're going to fade out. So I normally go to studio fade out and it gives me my fade out. So that's my intro. Now I'm going to go to my outro because I'm going to need that to fade in. So go to effects, go to fading, and I'll need that to fade in. So now you got all that set up. Now, look at the wave file, the audio wave. That's pretty low wave line. These are pretty high, which means this is going to be louder than the voice. How do we fix that? If you come up here to this called envelope button, and they say envelope tool, but if you click that, you'll see the lines above the audio files highlight. This is so you can compress it or expand it. So we're going to compress to where it's just below the audio. Same with my outro, just below. Then once you've done that, come back and click this button next to it, which will take that off. And so slide this back just a little. And you can always slide your tracks. All you do is come over to the top where the heading is, the little hand will pop up, and then you can slide your track with me. So I just want to slide that there. That's good right there. And Let's slide that back just a little. All right. So now once you've done your intro, outro music and got it set like you want, click to the front and let's see how it sounds. Good day to everybody. This is a test recording for podcast beginners. We hope that they get something out of this and they can utilize this to start their podcast career. I left this spot on purpose because I have something I need to show you. Have a great day and thank you for joining us for starting your podcast on Audacity. Wow, that's pretty good for just putting a little thing, something together. So that's it. Now you got your intro, outro added to your audio track. It's all ready to be imported to your computer so you can go ahead and process it to put it out for your podcast. And so we're going to import it or export it rather. So we're going to go to File, Export Audio. You have two options. You can export it into their cloud system, which I don't know how much that costs because I don't know. I export mine to my computer. So hit export to the computer. You want to give it a name. You want to pull up your file that you want to download your podcast in. I have my podcast is Kingdom in Action, and so that's what I download mine's in. I give it a title, and then you want to come over here to where it says edit metadata. This is what's going to help people find your podcast. Make sure you're giving it a name, title track, hour, the year you done it. Fill in those 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Fill in those lines, whatever information you need to. Normally with the artist name, I put in my hashtags, like whatever your category of your podcast, like mine is uh, religion, God first, men, kingdom men, motivation, encouragement. I put those hashtag names in the artist name. Then I put my track, then whatever the title of my track is, and then the year 2025 now. Once you get all that filled in, you well, let me show you. If I'm sorry, let me apologize. That might have been confusing. So as you know, when you post stuff on social media, they have hashtags. And so normally this is my information for my podcast. That's all my hashtags. And normally I just copy that. And that's what goes up here in my artist names, all my hashtags, so that they can find my podcast. Then I put my title here. Kingdom in Action Podcast. And whatever episode it is, and then whatever the title to the episode is. I don't know. What is this? This is say podcast. Podcast for be starting. So, and then, okay, the year 2025. Fill in information, hit OK. Then you can export it. Export, I'm not going to export this though. Export it, and it'll go to that file, whatever you chose. And then, so like Kingdom in Action, it'll show up here. And so when it exports, let me do this one here. So when you export it, it'll all be grouped together. I mean, so you can distribute it as your podcast. So hold on. Let me find what's already. There we go. So this is what it'll sound like. I'm sorry, that's actually one of my video ones. Hold on, let me come down here. Do do do. Oh, thought of the day. There we go. I'm sorry, that was on my audio videos. Good day to all my brothers. Welcome. Brother Parker here with the Kingdom in Action thought of the day. And it's a thought. And actually, I was coming to you with one thought. And in the course of the day, I read so, and it'll all be together and ready for posting on your podcast platform. So that's it. You're ready to go. You can get started right now, starting to record your podcast and get them out there and get your podcast career going. So, like I said, I just want to put that out here. And so, if you're looking to start a podcast, it's very simple. You can use Audacity. You ain't got to worry about no monthly subscription fees. And you can do everything you need to do on this platform, and it costs you nothing. And you put out a quality podcast moving forward. So, I hope that helped. Leave a comment, share, like, leave a review so that other people can find this and they can get started in their podcast journey as well. I appreciate you. I thank you for tuning in. And who knows, maybe I'll put something else out there later on about podcasting. But for right now, this is it. Get started with Audacity and bless you and good luck in your podcast career. Until the next time, God bless.